So, you're going to see where our first vendor is, what to purchase, being the bow, heater shield, arrows, key, where the Gold Pin Resin is, when to apply it, and how to fight the Taurus Demon. And to show you where the ladder towards the end of the video is to get the shortcut for that bonfire, which you will need. Welcome to Smash Games. This is Dark Souls Remastered, part 2 of our casual guide. Now, I thought I'd at least show you a little bit of, you know, the one death I had in this run. Now, we also realised that we needed a couple of other levels in Faith, so please acquire the souls, put 2 extra levels if you haven't done so already. In that way, we'll be able to actually attach our talisman and attune our magic at the bonfire for our heal spell. Right, now we can actually get started. Alright, so we're going to start running up. Now, I do realise in this part here that I don't actually have the attuning magic on. However, don't worry, you at this point will have your attuning magic on with your talisman. So, yeah, by the time we catch up to our recording, we'll have actually had it in there, so. It's just, essentially I chose this part of the recording because there was a few other little blunders and hiccups, so I just decided to go with this one, so, but anyway, not to worry. You are now aware, at least, of what you should have. So, anyway, continuing on, you don't even have to kill these guys at this point. You can practically just run straight through them. I'm just going to take this moment to ask if you could slowly depress that like button and or subscribe or share. I would really appreciate it. Now, just to clarify what you'll need for the items for the vendor, pardon me, you'll need at least 1,000 souls for the bow, the short bow. You need 12 dexterity, which we already got. You'll need, I believe it's another 1,000 souls for the heater shield. It's blue. I will show it once we get to the vendor. Packet of souls here. Just keep following along with the guide here, obviously, as we're going. So we'll take care of these guys here and the one that ran by. So this one seems to be one that actually just sits at the end of the walkway there, and obviously does. Sometimes will activate and then just run around the map and then end up back here or above. So it just yeah, go figure. Yeah, another soul packet. So yeah, so heater shield, bow. I'm recommending 50 arrows, which should last you for the bulk of the game until we sort of pick up a couple more here and there anyway. Now you can kill these guys on the ledge. Get ready for these guys. Probably have your shield ready, I would advise. You can kill them in one hit. And that's primarily because we do have a few extra points in strength at this stage, if you were following. Anyway, so come up here, there'll be humanity at the top, and then we'll make our way back down to continue on. So yeah, now I'm recommending 50 arrows of the standard variety. They're 30 as 10. It should be 10 souls per arrow, so we're talking at least 500 souls. And then the key, which is also 1,000. So another soul packet. So that's 1, 2, 3. At least 3,500. Now you can have your shield up for this, so you don't stagger like that. But otherwise, it really doesn't matter. You don't get hurt by it in that moment. So anyway, we have now caught back up a little bit to where we died, but it's still a bit of a swap over. Anyway, realistically, you should try and avoid most of those. Come up here and kill this guy. Yeah, there was our retrieval. Anyway, we're resting at the, now just showing the bonfire, which was just opposite that crossbowman, as you can see. And then sometimes, of course, if you've run past them, you will probably need to take care of them. Because what happens is, like in the first video with the skeleton, if they're too close, the bonfire becomes inactive or inert. So you then need to take care of the enemies before you can rest at the bonfire. It's the same thing if you get invaded. You can't rest at the bonfire. Anyway, so what you're probably going to need to do a little bit, we'll probably have to do a little bit of farming, which I'm showing here. So essentially just rinse and repeat. Come through here, take out all the guys. At this stage, we're actually going to the vendor right now from the bonfire. Best to knock out all these boxes, so you got a clear walk up the stairs, up and down. Just going to take care of this guy so there's no surprises. And here is the vendor. Now we are just going to pop whatever soul package you've just picked up to add up. But yeah, as I said, you will need to do a little bit of farming because at this point, yeah, we just don't have enough. We're a bit shy. We're a bit shy by at least 1,000 to 1,400, 1,1300 approximately. Anyway, that was the key. We're picking up the heater shield. And whatever arrows we can essentially pick up at the moment, I think we pick up 23 because we've got 235 just sitting there. So that's the standard arrows. So we do pick up at least 23. You can theoretically get away. Well, no, that's not true. You won't get away with it. Because the idea is what we need the bulk of the arrows for is for the Hellkite. So we can take off the tail, get the Drake Sword. And then from there, we will actually cheese the Hellkite basically in the next video. So anyway, so that's it. It all comes together. It all works. It's all these items you will need. The bow is invaluable for a couple of occasions. There is one occasion where there's a couple times where we can take out certain enemies with the bow, and particularly like later in the game, up in Analondo, there is a couple enemies will come across where it'll become handy to have at least. So now I'm just showing you items that you can actually pick up. If you want to try them, you certainly can. Yeah, we're just showing you where the items are. So a couple of these enemies we don't obviously have to kill. So now we're just making our way back up. Just doing the bit of the round circle. Now we've got the wooden shield through here in the door. It's not a bad shield, although it does have 93% block. And also we're just showing that we're attaching our heater shield because it's 1 point lighter, and our gauntlets so that we can do a light roll, as you can see. We've already got a 100% block shield, and initially when we started the bandit character having the spider shield. Now the spider shield is great for two reasons. One, it's automatically 100% block. Secondly, it blocks poison. That is to say, at least poison darts, particularly down in Blighttown, which become very valuable. However, if you haven't chosen the bandit class, I will show you at least where the spider shield is to pick up when we get down into the depths, which will be the depths before Blighttown. So anyway, we've acquired the souls, rounded out to 50 arrows now. Now I'm just doing a little bit more farming, but farming as in continuing forward, and then I'm going to backtrack. So, but ideally, by the time you get all this, you should have a very fundamental understanding of where all these items are, what you're going to need, which will lead you into the Taurus Demon and the Hellkite. So, pardon me. 5 black fire bombs here. Now we're just leading back around. And it's not too far away at this point by the time we clear out all these guys. Yeah, so you're aware, best thing you can do is roll forward on that one, particularly when they're jumping at you at the side like that. Because as you can see, I've just a bit of frantic gameplay here, trying to kill them but not die at the same time. Even though I've got 10 Estus Flasks and 5 heals sitting there, I still refuse to heal. You should heal. Take it. Just do it. Yeah, anyway. So we're just gonna come back here, take care of the crossbowman. So come back up, take care of him, because he's in a perfect spot to shoot you in this area, particularly when you take care of those guys there. But we're cutting back to the vendor to show that we're picking up the bow with the 1,000 souls that we needed. And now we're just gonna fast forward back in Smash Games fashion. We're gonna, just do a little bit of editing, just showing there that the bow requires 12 decks, which we already have. Continue. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Up the ladder. Just waiting for them to stop aggro, which they did, but they're just wandering forwards. Anyway, take care of them. You should have time to sort of strafe around and walk around and that sort of stuff. Don't panic, that's the best thing I can advise. But, it happens. Especially if you're new to this game, or you come from Elden Ring and you're still getting new and acquainted with the mechanics. Because it is a bit stilted. Plus, the main biggest issue you might have if you're an Elden Ring player is the fact that if you're trying to roll, okay, you've only got 4 points of roll. And what I mean by that is forwards, left and right, and backwards. Okay? You don't have the advantage of rolling on an angle, right? So, like, that's the biggest drawback, the trouble you're going to have. So you're going to find if you're trying to roll across, you're not going to get that option. So you're going to get cleaned up. So you're just going to have to work on... It's a little bit simpler in that respect, but it can make it a little bit harder if you're coming from that part of it. So that was the Gold Pin Resin. That is indeed a key item, and hence you don't need the resonance key for that door to get to it. You can use the master key, which we picked up at the start. Do kill this lizard, so you get the opportunity to get... Well, you get the Twinkling Titanite, but the opportunity to get something else, being that we got some other Titanite stuff. Large Titanite. Anyway, come up here, take care of the crossbowmen. Last thing you want is them peppering you with arrows, bolts I should say. Now we're just going to roll off. You won't take that much damage really, and we're just going to heal anyway, so it's not a big deal. Right, now we're going to make sure at this point you've got the Gold Pin Resin attached. So, going to go into your inventory, come across, attach it, and then we're going to apply it right before this brick. And as we walk across, it's about 2 steps, and there's the Taurus Demon. I'm going to run all the way back to the ladder, climb up the top, so we can get the plunging attack. The other thing to remember is make sure you're two-handing. And that's triangle for our Elden Ring players. It's not triangle R1, it's just triangle. Make the plunge. Now, you have this moment to attack. If you can get the 2 swings in, he will stagger. Just like that. And then you can finish off. That's it. That's it for the Taurus Demon. Now, as we continue, got our humanity, homeward bone, and 3,000 souls, which we will need to round out our character. There is a soul packet at the end here, just before we go down, so in this box. And now we're going to make our way down, and essentially we're going to trigger the Hellkite by just stepping over the line of the bridge, and I'm going to show you here as I pan back around. There it is. Last thing you want to do is get caught out by that, because that will very likely kill you. We're going to talk to Solaire, a very key NPC character in this game, favorited by a lot of Souls players, from like including myself. I do like him. He's got a lot of fun dialogue. He does give you the white soapstone. We're just going to say yes to his dialogue. This allows us to put our summoning sign down. So in other words, if you want to help another player, you can certainly do so. Now we're just going to run our way down. We won't trigger the just showing here you need the basement key, which we'll get off the Capra Demon a bit later. As you can see, we won't trigger him. If we walk any further forward, we will trigger a breath attack. Or at least that he will jump down. So we're just poking a little bit of fun. We're just gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna get you. You know, you're gonna die, buddy. Gonna get you. Anyway, so come down. This is where the shortcut is. Right here. Do not jump down. Kick the ladder. Right? It'll give you the prompt. Once it says climb down, you can guarantee that you've activated it. Roll down, and that's it. We're back at the bonfire where we were before. Now, we're just using it to top up. Strength at 16. Dex is already at 12. And then the last couple we're just going to throw into Vitality, just to make sure we've got that little bit of extra buffer. Alright. And then ultimately we're going to round out to 20. Or 24 at least. So, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And we will see you in the next episode.